Hello everyone. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, then subscribe to this channel. The story of the man in the Iron Veil is quite possibly of history's most getting through secret, covered in mystery and hypothesis. Starting from the late 17th 100 years, this perplexing figure caught the creative mind of incalculable people, rousing artistic works, films, and perpetual discussion among antiquarians and devotees the same. From the prisons of the Bastille to the lavish courts of Europe, the narrative of the man in the Iron Veil winds around an embroidery of interest, disloyalty, and illustrious legislative issues. The starting points of The Secret. The primary notice of the man in the iron cover arose in the late 1700 years, in the diaries of the French logician and ambassador, the Marquis de Chamillart. As per Chamillart, in 1669, a baffling detainee was moved to the Bastille, France's scandalous jail post. The detainee, whose personality was covered by a veil of iron, was held under severe mystery and protected by a limited handful. The conditions encompassing the detainee's appearance and ensuing detainment were covered in mystery, prompting widespread hypothesis and interest. Throughout the long term, different speculations arose with respect to the personality of the man in the Iron Veil, going from illustrious genealogy to political interest and undercover work. The concealed detainee depictions of the man in the iron cover fluctuate, yet most records settle on specific subtleties. The detainee was supposed to be tall, very much fabricated, and honourable for all intents and purposes, with a disposition that proposed respectable birth. Be that as it may, his face was covered by a veil made of iron, delivering his character a secret to all who experienced him. The actual veil was a wellspring of interest and hypothesis. Some accepted it was intended to cause enduring and uneasiness, while others estimated that it effectively covered the detainee's character, permitting him to be shipped and detained without uncovering his face. No matter what its motivation, the cover became inseparable from the secret encompassing the detainee, filling bits of hearsay and guess into the indefinite future. The rule of Louis XIV, otherwise called the Sun Lord, fills in as the background to the secret of the man in the iron cover. During his extended rule, Louis XIV directed a sparkling court at Versailles, where interest and fights for control were ordinary. The Lord's absolutist rule and his struggles with rival European powers made an air of political shakiness and suspicion, giving fruitful ground to fear-inspired notions and furtive exercises. It was against this scenery that the secret of the man in the iron cover unfurled. Reports twirled about the detainee's actual character and the purposes behind his imprisonment, with hypothesis going from illustrious wrongness to backstabbing plots against the crown. As the years passed, the legend of the man in the iron cover just developed, catching the creative mind of essayists, antiquarians, and the overall population. Throughout the long term, endless hypotheses have been proposed in regards to the character of the man in the iron cover. One of the most persevering through speculations recommends that he was the twin sibling of Louis XIV, brought into the world to the sovereign stealthily and stowed away to forestall a test to the Lord's authenticity. According to this hypothesis, the veil effectively hid the detainee's similarity to the ruler, shielding the imperial ancestry from outrage and interest. Another hypothesis sets that the man in the iron veil was a high-positioning aristocrat or military pioneer who had become undesirable with the Lord. A few students of history accept he might have been engaged with a connivance against Louis XIV, or had information that compromised the solidness of the system. In any event, the detainee's character stayed a strictly confidential mystery, known exclusively to a chosen handful inside the most elevated echelons of force. Artistic and social effect. The narrative of the man in the iron veil has roused various works of writing, theatre, and film, each offering its own translation of the secret. Alexandre Dumas, in his book The Vicomte of Bragelonne, after a decade, presented the personality of the man in the iron veil to a more extensive crowd winding around. A story of experience, sentiment, and interest set against the scenery of Louis XIV's court. Resulting transformations, including film variations featuring entertainers like Leonardo DiCaprio and Richard Chamberlain, further established the man in the iron cover's place in mainstream society. Regardless of the made-up components of these works, they kept the secret alive in the public creative mind, guaranteeing that the confounding detainee would be associated with ages to come. Regardless of hundreds of years of hypothesis and discussion, the genuine character of the man in the iron veil stays slippery. History specialists have sifted through files, unraveled mysterious archives, and sorted out sections of proof looking for replies. However, the secret perseveres, with each new revelation bringing up however many issues as it replies. A few scientists trust that the way to unwinding the secret lies in the conciliatory and political interests of Louis XIV's rule. By looking at the correspondence of key figures and breaking down the international scene of the time, antiquarians desire to reveal insight into the conditions encompassing the detainee's imprisonment and the motivations behind his control. The tale of the man in the iron veil keeps on dazzling the creative mind, offering a tempting look into the secret hallways of force and interest in 17th century France. Whether he was a regal successor, a political detainee, or a pawn in a bigger round of force, the puzzling figure stays a getting-through image of secret and interest. As antiquarians keep on unwinding the insider facts of the past, the legend of the man in the iron veil lives on, helping us to remember the ageless appeal of history's most prominent secrets. In our current reality, where reality is frequently bizarre to say the least, the story of the man in the iron cover remains as a demonstration of the getting-through force of interest, mystery, and the human hunger for information. Thanks you for watching.